Hidden deep beneath the sands of time lies a forgotten tale of a city not built by man, but by beings of unimaginable size and strength.
A city carved from stones so massive that modern technology can barely explain their movement. This is the story of the last city of giants. In the year 1925, an intrepid explorer named Alexander Graves set off into the uncharted deserts of fictional or real region after hearing rumors of an ancient, forgotten city. The local nomad spoke of enormous stone blocks and the bones of giants buried beneath the sands. Graves wasn't just searching for treasure, he sought the truth.
After weeks of travel, his expedition stumbled upon a massive stone, half buried in the earth.
This stone, nearly 20 feet in length and perfectly cut, marked the entrance to a city lost to history. The lost city of giants. These massive stones resemble the real-world structures found in Baalbek, Lebanon, where stones weighing up to 1,100 tons were used in construction far beyond the capabilities of ancient human technology. But could they have been built by giants?
As Graves and his team explored further, they discovered more pillars and arches too large for any human to have built without modern machinery.
As they pressed deeper into the ruins, they discovered carvings of immense humanoid figures, their features worn but still visible.
The carvings hinted at a race of giants that once roamed these lands.
The locals refer to them as the Nephilim, beings mentioned in the Bible and other ancient texts.
According to the Book of Enoch and the Old Testament, the Nephilim were giants born from the union of fallen angels and human women.
They were described as towering beings, both powerful and destructive. Graves noted that the size of these carvings corresponded with ancient accounts of giants. Many cultures describe beings that could reach heights of over 20 feet. Some researchers believe that these stories may have originated from real encounters with oversized skeletons or artifacts that were misinterpreted over time.
As Graves explored deeper, he found more evidence of giant skeleton, partially preserved, unlike anything ever seen before. Bones nearly twice the size of a normal human's lay scattered across the ground. This discovery aligns with various reports from around the world claiming to find giant bones, especially in North America, where some have reached lengths of over 10 feet.
Many claims of giant bones discovered throughout history remain shrouded in mystery or dismissed by mainstream archaeology. A notable example is the alleged discovery of a 12-foot skeleton in Lovelock Cave, Nevada, which was said to belong to a race of giants known as the CTCA. Graves began to piece together a story from ancient writings and hieroglyphs found within the city.
These giants, once rulers of an ancient kingdom, had built the city to demonstrate their power.
But something led to their downfall. In many ancient cultures, giants are depicted as symbols of destruction or divine punishment.
The Sumerians, Greeks, and even Norse mythology tell stories of powerful giants who were ultimately defeated by the gods.
As the days went on, Graves encountered more evidence of the giants' tragic fate. One night, he came across a stone tablet. The tablet spoke of a great flood sent by the gods to cleanse the earth of these giants. This mirrors the biblical story of the Great Flood, where the Nephilim were said to have been wiped out by divine intervention. Similar flood myths are found in other ancient cultures, such as the Epic of Gilgamesh from Mesopotamia, which describes a great flood sent by the gods to destroy humanity, with only one man and his family saved. The ruins told the story of a civilization wiped away in an instant, their towering architecture buried beneath the sands, and their bones scattered across the land. The city featured advanced architectural techniques that baffle modern researchers. For instance, the precise interlocking of massive stones is reminiscent of megalithic sites like Machu Picchu, where no mortar was used. Yet the structures have stood the test of time. But the biggest question that lingered in Graves' mind was this: how did these giants, with their primitive tools, manage to move and cut such enormous stones? Graves discovered that many ancient texts reference the giants' advanced knowledge of geometry and engineering, which may have allowed them to create such monumental structures. The pyramids of Giza, for instance, were built with an understanding of astronomy and mathematics that some believe could not have been achieved without divine guidance. Additionally, some researchers propose that ancient cultures had access to lost technologies, such as acoustic levitation using sound waves to lift heavy objects, suggesting the giants may have had knowledge that has since been forgotten.
Modern researchers are still puzzled by sites like Pumapunku in Bolivia, where the precision of stone cutting rivals today's technology.
The interlocking stones at Pumapunku fit together with such precision that even a piece of paper cannot be inserted between them. Could the giants have possessed advanced techniques long lost to history? Graves speculated that these giants had help either from advanced technology or perhaps visitors from the stars.
The ancient astronaut theory suggests that beings from another world might have aided early humans or giants in building these massive structures.
Sites like the pyramids of Giza and Stonehenge are often cited in this theory. The strange artifacts he uncovered hinted at technology far beyond what was known at the time. For instance, they found tools made from an unknown alloy, much stronger than bronze or iron, suggesting the giants had access to advanced metallurgy.
As Graves ventured deeper into the ruins, he began to notice something strange. Every corner of the city seemed to tell a tale of decline, a once great civilization brought to its knees by forces they couldn't control.
Ancient texts from various cultures describe giants as arrogant beings who defied the gods or the natural order, often leading to their downfall. The giants' ultimate pride may have led them to attempt to ascend to the heavens, a theme echoed in many cultures, where beings sought to overthrow the gods. The carvings in the city spoke of a rebellion giants who sought to overthrow the gods, only to be punished with catastrophic events. Graves found what seemed to be altars, likely used for sacrifices to appease the gods in a desperate bid for survival. This mirrors the myth of the Titans in Greek mythology, giant beings who challenged the Olympian gods but were eventually overthrown and cast into the abyss. Their stories often serve as warnings against pride and ambition. Graves also discovered artifacts that indicated a sophisticated knowledge of medicine and healing practices among the giants.
They had elaborate herbal remedies and even surgical tools, suggesting they were not just brutish beings, but had developed a rich culture.
Evidence of advanced healing techniques was found in the form of surgical instruments that bore striking similarities to those used in modern medicine. The city seemed to have fallen victim to natural disasters, famine, and internal conflict.
As Graves unraveled more clues, the realization hit him. The giants were not just victims of divine wrath, but of their own hubris. Another chilling fact emerged as Graves studied the inscriptions. Many of the giants were said to have practiced cannibalism, consuming their own kind in times of desperation.
This act of ultimate betrayal could have further angered the gods, leading to their ultimate downfall.
Some anthropologists suggest that this practice might have stemmed from a desperate need for survival, especially in times of famine. As the expedition came to an end, Graves left the city with more questions than answers. But one thing was clear: this last civilization of giants had left its mark on history, even if they had been erased from the pages of mainstream narratives.
Many ancient cultures speak of a time when giants walked the earth, from the Norse Jotnar to the Titans of Greek myth. These stories are often seen as symbolic. But could there be a kernel of truth? Before Graves left the site, he made one last discovery, an inscription that foretold the return of the giants when the stars aligned once more. This idea of a cyclical return of ancient beings is echoed in various mythologies, suggesting that these giants may not be as lost as we think. Some conspiracy theorists believe that remnants of these ancient giant races still exist, hidden in remote locations, waiting for the right moment to re-emerge.
Reports of large footprints and mysterious skeletal remains continue to circulate, hinting at a lingering presence of these titanic beings.
Graves' findings were suppressed, labeled as a myth or exaggeration by his contemporaries. But for those who believe, the lost city of giants still holds many secrets waiting to be uncovered.
As the sands of time shift, perhaps one day, the truth will rise again.